of all the good things to like from this game, what do you think helps set the tone overall?
Just our defense. We finally got back to defending the way we have, the way this team has for many years, even before I got here. They were one of the top 5 defensive teams in the league. So you have to be able to count on that foundation, and I thought our defense was great, and that set the tone.
Regarding Clay, obviously he's always been a good shooter, but what's kind of the art and science of being able to be so prolific when you don't have the ball that much in your hands?
Well, Clay is big and strong and never gets tired, and he works off the ball as well as anybody in the league, and guy's a tremendous shooter. I mean, it's a good combination when you have that kind of stroke and that size and strength as well.
Steve, what went into the decision to start Iguodala over Quinn Cook, and how do you think that impacted the start for you guys?
Just wanted to put our best defensive lineup on the floor from the beginning. I think the whole point of these games here early in this series is to reestablish our defense. I think you guys know over the last month or so our defense has been subpar. So you can't win in this league in the playoffs unless you defend, and they defended tonight, and we went with our best defensive group.
Steve, what do you think of what JaVale was able to give you, and do you see yourself keeping him in that starting lineup going forward?
Probably. He was great. JaVale was great. He's got, obviously a lot of length and, shot blocking ability and mobility. I like his speed. So he was great. So there's no reason to take him out.
Coach, doubling back on what you said about Andre, he's given you great performances over the years. What keeps you having the confidence and putting him in these situations in the playoffs?
You mean other than the fact that he was a Finals MVP a couple of years ago?
Yes.
There's that.
Yeah.
There's the Olympics. There's multiple rings, All-Star. He's a great player.
Steve, you also cut down the rotation just a little bit. Basically, the 9 kind of had Nick Young out of it. Are you in? What was thinking there? Was that partly the defensive mentality also? What was the rotation cut down about?
It's just playoffs. Generally speaking, you cut down a little bit. We had some combinations that we wanted to get to, and that was game 1 and. Things change in the playoffs. We all know that. And so I thought Nick did a good job down the stretch, helping us close the game. We need those minutes. We're so thin on the wing that we have to have guys eat up some minutes, and I thought he did that for us. But there's going to be moments where he's going to play a more important role at some point during the playoffs. We know that. But for now, this was the lineup that we decided to go with.
Steve, there were times when both Andre and also JaVale came off. Looked like they were both shaken up at different times of the game, and went over and talked to Chelsea and Drew. Where do they stand now? Are they okay? I mean, what do you know about their status?
I think JaVale's fine. I think Andre got a Charlie horse. He got a knee in the quad, which was very painful. And it was good that we didn't have to put him back in the game down the stretch. And obviously he'll get treatment and try to get better.
You told us that you had a team meeting after Curry went down with his first ankle injury of the season about honing in on defense and about putting defense first. Was there a similar such discussion before the playoffs began?
Yeah, it's called playoff preparation. We had 2 days to prepare, and that's the message. You got to defend, and you give them a few tips, things that we might want to do, but ultimately it just comes down to players competing and bringing the effort, and they brought it tonight. It was a different level of play than what we've seen from the past month, which I expected, but now we got to keep doing it. That's the thing. This is one game. I remember last year Houston beat the Spurs by 30 in San Antonio in game 1. The Spurs went and beat them 4 out of the next 5, so it's one game. That's all.
Coach, the ball was going through Kevin Durant for much of the game. How much of that is total going away from the system that you use with Curry in there?
Well, we are a little different when Steph's out. Obviously, Kevin has the ball in his hands a lot more. It's not rocket science. He's Kevin Durant, so we're going to give him the ball a lot.
Steve, you just pointed out that Game 1 wins don't mean everything, but did you feel a certain sense of urgency, given how the team been playing, to make a statement in this game and make it early on? And do you think the team felt that too?
I thought it was important to reestablish our defense, one way or the other, win or lose. Like, we had to bring the effort at the defensive end, because that's the only way you can have success in the playoffs. And that's the reason this is a championship team. Those guys get all the credit for shooting their shots and scoring points. That's where the glory ends up. But it's the defense that has been the key for this team for years. So it was important to reestablish that. I thought we did that. But again, we've got to do it again and again and again.
Could you tell right away, though? I think you guys forced a shot clock violation, maybe third possession of the game. I mean, could you just tell within the first few minutes what it was going to be like?
Yeah. You could feel the intensity right from the start. And, obviously, the length of our guys out there with Andre and Clay in the backcourt. And when everybody is active with that kind of ability and speed, it can be effective, as it was early in the game. It set a good tone.
Steve, getting back to JaVale, it seems in theory that Aldridge could be a really tough matchup for him. He's so crafty. He gets guys in the air pretty well. How do you explain how effective JaVale has been against him, not just tonight, but some other games too?
Well, I mean, he's incredibly tall and quick off his feet, and so go play a pickup game. It's harder to play against guys who are really tall. It just is. They challenge the shots better, and LaMarcus is, I think, the best low post scorer now that we have in the game, and he's a tremendous shooter, and we just want to be able to challenge those shots, knowing that he's gonna make a lot of them. But I think JaVale was able to challenge some of them and make it difficult. Okay.
One last one.
Quinn Cook came out and was aggressive right away, hit that jumper pretty early on. Were you happy to see that aggression, and what did you make of his debut?
Yeah, Quinn was great. I thought he played a really good game. We want him scoring. We need that. He's one of our best shooters, and without Steph, we're going to need those minutes from him. Thank you.
Thank you.